Hey there, fellow radicalist. Welcome back to the Radicalist channel, where we are on the series to dive deep into the most fascinating and sometimes bloodthirsty corners of history. Today, we're counting down the top 5 most aggressive empires in history. Those who built their legacies not with diplomacy, but with swords, spears, and a whole lot of ambition. So, buckle up, because this ride through history is going to be wild.
At number 5, we have the Roman Empire. Now, when we think of Rome, we often think of togas, gladiators, and philosophers lounging around discussing the meaning of life. But don't let that fool you. Rome was as aggressive as they come. Founded in 27 BC, the Roman Empire didn't become the superpower it was by playing nice. From Gaul to Britannia, and all the way to North Africa, the Romans expanded their territory through relentless military campaigns, subjugating everyone who stood in their way. They even sacked their own city, Rome, during the infamous year of the 4 emperors.
Just imagine being a Gallic warrior, peacefully enjoying a cup of mead, when suddenly you hear the distant rumble of Roman legions marching toward your village. Next thing you know, you're on the business end of a gladius.
At number 4, we have the Mongol Empire. Led by Genghis Khan, these guys were the original bad boys of the steppe. Starting in the early 13th century, the Mongols embarked on a rampage that would make even the most hardened warriors think twice. With their lightning-fast cavalry, the Mongols swept across Asia and Europe, conquering everything from the Great Wall of China to the gates of Vienna. Their secret? Total and utter brutality. If a city resisted, the Mongols didn't just conquer it, they obliterated it, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake.
The Mongols didn't just knock on your door, they kicked it down, burned your house, and then charged you for the trouble. Seriously, these guys had a scorched earth policy before it was cool.
Coming in at number 3 is the Ottoman Empire. Founded in 1299 by Osman I, the Ottomans were a force to be reckoned with for over 6 centuries. Their empire stretched across 3 continents, including Southeast Europe, Western Asia, and North Africa. The Ottomans didn't just conquer lands, they dominated them. The empire was built on a foundation of military prowess, with elite forces like the Janissaries leading the charge. The fall of Constantinople in 1453, that was the Ottomans, turning the tide of history and establishing themselves as the premier power in the region.
Imagine waking up in Constantinople one morning to the sound of cannons, the city's impenetrable walls trembling. The Ottomans weren't just knocking, they were rewriting history.
Number 2 is the Nazi German Empire. Though short-lived from 1933 to 1945, Nazi Germany left a mark on history through one of the most aggressive and devastating military campaigns ever witnessed. Under Adolf Hitler's leadership, the Nazis sought to create a vast empire across Europe, pursuing a policy of total war and committing some of the most heinous atrocities in human history. The blitzkrieg tactics used by the Nazis were designed for speed and overwhelming force, allowing them to conquer vast swathes of Europe in a matter of months.
These guys didn't just march into your country, they steamrolled it, blitzing their way through entire armies and cities. And if you thought surrender would save you, well, history says otherwise. And at number 1, we have the British Empire. Yes, that's right, the empire on which the sun never set. Starting from the late 16th century, the British Empire grew to become the largest empire in history, covering almost a quarter of the Earth's landmass at its height. But how did they do it? Simple, by being incredibly aggressive. From the colonization of the Americas to the subjugation of India, the British used a mix of naval power, cunning diplomacy, and outright force to build their empire. And let's not forget their role in the transatlantic slave trade and the countless conflicts they sparked around the world. Picture this. You're chilling in your village, enjoying a peaceful day, and then suddenly you see British ships on the horizon. Next thing you know, there's a Union Jack flying over your land and you're paying taxes to some guy in London you've never even heard of. So there you have it, folks, the top 5 most aggressive empires in history. These empires didn't just build their legacies, they carved them into the annals of history with blood, steel, and sheer determination. Of course, with great power often comes great destruction, and the legacies of these empires are as controversial as they are impressive. But that's the thing about history. It's never just black and white. Thanks for joining me on this journey through the darker side of history. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more historical deep dives, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. And hey, let me know in the comments, what other empires or historical events would you like to see covered? Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep learning.